Perhaps you're trying to grab my attention instead? You sneaky little villain. Oh. Huh? What's going on? Are you there, goddess? It's me. Uh-huh. Whose voice was that? That was freaky. But alas, we had a role to play for our survival's sake. Damn. He was a part of it the whole time? Though, I must admit, taking on a different form made things much more entertaining. We were bamboozled! Hello everyone, my name is undeadjinx and welcome to chromatic agape? Agape? I don't know how to say this word, I've never seen it before. Those who wail in the depths of despair, what do they share in common? It appears they've erected a shrine in memory of the past, releasing their screams of anguish in the name of worship. Pray tell, where does the genesis of happiness lie? If all that serves as our lifelines, ushering ever-existent souls to a new world is lament. My dearest, please guide me. Show me how to stay beside you. Give me the courage to go to lengths no hero would ever go. Bestow your favor upon me so I can follow the river of death downstream alongside you. Who is it? Who is pleading for my attention so gently? It's too late for my confession, isn't it? The beauty of your silent refusal makes it almost painless. The creases next to the stranger's eyes deepen further as his solemn gaze pierces through me. Why is he crying? Tears flow freely down his face, tracing uneven paths akin to the tremble in his voice. Is this a dream? Why is he showing me such a pained smile? The calluses of his fingertips graze mine, his palm firmly pressing against my gloves. Yet, any attempt to generate a semblance of heat is thwarted by the breeze that gently sways the surrounding greenery. When was the last time anyone held my hand like this? I'll be waiting for you. What happened? Are we playing a game? Oh, we're dreaming. Oh my god, were we lucid dreaming? Feels like I just had the weirdest dream. But then again, what should I expect? It's been ages since I had a decent night's sleep. Grade school, maybe? No, even earlier than that. My parents had me enrolled in after-school lessons by then. It's this late, huh? I suppose the hospital shifts tired me out more than I expected. Who knows how exhausting my schedule is going to get once I officially become a doctor. I glance around my dorm room, letting out a long sigh. If I don't get this place cleaned up before my parents arrive for the graduation ceremony, I am in for one of their infamous lectures. Time to make sure nothing is amiss. Name Sev. No? Ugh. My name Jinx. I had hair in my mouth. She, her, body shape. Huh? Oh, I guess let's go with this one. Skin color. This is a little... Oh. I don't know. I always feel like this is the skin tone I would associate with myself. But I feel like in real life, I'm actually a lot more pale. Like, I fear that might be my skin tone. Or maybe even... No, that's way too white. I think that might be my, like, real life skin tone. But I just, in my brain, I feel like I'm not that light. Yo, we can have heterochromia? That is so cool. Let's do it. Let's do it because it's cool as hell. Ooh, I'm kind of vibing with this, like, I don't know, gray and brown. Oh, we have so many different hairstyles. This is fun. Well, I have straight hair now, so I guess we'll give myself, Ooh, I like the really long one, but also I like this one. We'll go with this one. Because since I didn't flat iron my hair, it's kind of, wavy. Oh, we could be bald. I don't know, I feel like the shorter hairstyles low-key, like, look better, though. I don't know. Okay, let's go with the long one. Whoa. Oh my god. The hair looks so freaking glossy. I wish my hair looked like that in real life. We're gonna go with this brown. I like this brown. I wish, like, my hair was black, but I'm kind of vibing with this shade of brown. It's cute. Oh my god, it's like The Sims. Hell no. No glasses for us. Can I have a little band-aid on our nose? That's cute. Triggers. I can tolerate gore. I can tolerate... Okay, so guys... Ugh. Am I gonna get censored if I Yeah, actually, so that YouTube doesn't censor the fuck out of me, we're gonna say, that we only want to read about these things and not see it, because I'm pretty sure, I think I can talk about it, but I don't think we can show it. So that's what we're gonna do there. There will be bugs, there will be gore. Yeah, I feel like that's okay. In terms of, like, TOS guidelines. These are, like, YouTube's triggers. Now then, where should I focus? Where should I focus on? The bookshelf, my desk, the walls. Let's do our desk. My trusty personal computer, the object I've cursed countless nights with, bloodshot eyes and migraines. Also guys, this is a demo. itch.io said that it would take a few hours to play, but I'm not sure because this is supposed to be a demo. Also, I have heard of the word agape before. It's like if you leave your mouth open, you're like leaving it agape. Like, huh? I think that's probably, I just wasn't even thinking. I've never, like, seen the word be used in the way the title uses it. Also, guys, I'm chewing gum. The screen glare was unbearable. Dad even had to get me a separate lamp just to save my eyes from being fried. Though, if he had his way, I'd be going to bed at midnight and waking up at 4 in the morning. At this point, I'm surprised I haven't turned into a walking zombie with how little sleep I get. Oh look, we have a little skull on our bookshelf. The bookshelf. So many books. My parents spared no expense when it came to purchasing everything I needed to excel. Perks of being an only child. Ugh, can't relate. There are titles on anatomy, physiology, histology, and more. Textbooks for residency exams stacked alongside notes from clinical sessions. There's even the skull Mom gifted me after my first class on anatomical dissection. I wonder if the devs, like, going to school for the same thing. Or maybe it's like a special interest they have. I remember her insisting on showing off at family gatherings, laughing as she boasted about how I studied for fun. The walls. It's one of the 7 wonders of the world that those tape paper notes are still hanging on after all these years. There's practically one for every subject, charts for glycolysis, glucogenesis, and whatever else is. Wish I could add some colors to this wall since everything feels so sterile. My parents would never allow it though. They'd probably have a meltdown if they knew I was focusing on anything other than studying. At least the colored sticky notes managed to evade their scrutinizing gaze whenever they came to visit. Yeah, there's that at least. Alright, let's start with the easy tasks. Time to prepare the smaller donation boxes. I think I remember there being some under my bed. I slowly shuffle my way over, squeezing through the narrow bottom space with caution. My hands skim along the side rail, picking up dust particles along the way. Ugh, never knew I'd be so grateful for these sweat-wicking gloves. Oh, do we have, I was gonna call it hydrolysis, but I don't think that's what it's called. Hyperhidrosis. I think it's hyperhidrosis. Finally, my fingers brush against the rough edges of what feels like a battered cardboard box. With some effort, I tug the object closer, feeling its weight resist my pull. Finally, after a bit of a struggle, I managed to nudge it past the side rail. Let's see what's hiding in here. A syringe? Drugs! Not to mention there's some kind of fluid inside. I'm guessing it's just an expired leftover back when we were practicing anesthetic injections. Yes, this is for educational purposes, YouTube. Pretty sure we weren't allowed to take this home, but honestly, I wasn't about to pass up the chance for some extra practice. What else? What else? This scalpel from my old surgery kit. I remember my hands shaking so badly the first time I used one that my professor yanked it from me, shouting I'd blind someone if I wasn't careful. Let's see, what's next? No way, these are the surgical scissors from my suturing course. That's so cool, I want to learn how to do stitches and sutures. They were such a lifesaver during my clinical practice until I accidentally nicked the skin pad too many times, and it couldn't hold a stitch anymore. Yikes. Don't they usually use forceps? Well, I guess technically forceps are like a scissor. Oh wait, what's this stethoscope doing here? I swear I ditched this relic ages ago. It was basically useless during cardiology rotations. As I sift through the items in the box, I stumble upon something flat. It's got a rough, sturdy feel to it, almost like a piece of linen. I try to pull it out, but it kicks up another cloud of dust, coating my hands. What the hell is this? Oh, our imaginary friends! They're like Teletubbies. Wait, what's this little guy? This little dude's sad. Let's say they're like Teletubbies but fairies. And also this, oh, these two have their eyes open. A painting? Despite its canvas base, it's clear that colored pencils are used instead of proper paint. The choice of medium suggests either an inexperienced artist persisting with the wrong tools, or perhaps a scarcity of appropriate instruments at the time of its creation. Nevertheless, the subjects immediately seize my attention despite their simplistic rendering. Several pixie-like characters stand side by side, hands interlocked. The shaky lines and the incomplete coloration give the piece an unfinished, sketch-like charm. Yet, despite the quality of the piece, the characters' youthful faces emit a comforting joy. What the? I haven't seen this in forever. How did it end up here, though? I remember Mom and Dad sorting through my boxes when I moved out. There's no way they'd let me keep one of my paintings after all those arguments we had about it in the past. I stepped closer, my eyes fixating on a particular figure in the painting. What's this half-sketched character doing here? Maybe it was a mistake in shading, but the ethereal mist surrounding him really sets this pixie apart from the others. His painted visage triggers a sense of familiarity that I can't quite place. Look at yourself, brooding all alone while your friends are having the time of their lives. Or perhaps you're trying to grab my attention instead? You sneaky little villain. Oh. Oh! What's going on? I delicately press my hand against the painting, tracing contours of the pixie's silhouette upon the textured linen canvas. Is the character really staring at me? No, that can't be possible. I must be seeing things from lack of sleep. I need to get a grip. Prioritizing my graduation is key. If I don't, there won't be any good news to celebrate. How tragic. It's always crazy when, like, a doctor has to go through some, like, crazy, like, mental or physical thing that they can't fix even though they're a doctor. It'll all be worth it. My parents will be over the moon. They'll tell me how proud they are, how they couldn't have wished for a better child. I don't mind sacrificing my old hobbies, my artwork, or anything else, as long as it helps me achieve their dream. Disappointing indeed. Aw, such a shame. My dearest Mom and Dad. Guess this painting's brought up memories I wasn't expecting to revisit. I'm barely holding myself back from slapping some sense into you. We worked so hard to send you to prep school, provide you for every need, and this is the thanks we get? A classless drawing without a single thought behind it? Your cousin is earning full scholarships to top medical schools, and you? Wasting time with these useless antics? The world is full of genius children showcasing their talents to the world. Meanwhile, you're here thinking this artwork is enviable? You won't learn like this, will you? No matter what we say, without a proper punishment, there's no telling what else you'll get up to. We won't allow any repeats of this incident. You're the cause of everything that has gone wrong in our lives. This tiny house, the pathetic reputation we try to maintain, all the money we've spent on you, yet you're still incapable of simply doing as you're told. You are nothing. You will never be anything. A villainous child like you should just disappear. Is it my fault for simply wanting to be loved? This is so sad. I'm gonna start crying. This is truly horrifying. Give me the courage to go to lengths no hero would ever go. Oh, those eyes. Where have I seen them before? Bestow your favor upon me so I can follow the river of death downstream alongside you. Why do you wear such a pained smile? Why do I seem so treasured in your eyes? I have a clearer view this time. It's definitely similar to him, isn't it? A half-sketched character, his head looming downwards as if weighed down by a heavy burden. Seeing his defeated look ignites a warm fire inside me, a similar heat to when I saw the vision of that strange man holding my hand. Why do you look so upset? Is it because I didn't finish drawing you? If that's the case, I'd better get to work. Think of it as my way of making it up to you. I'll make sure you're the biggest and most beautiful of them all. That way, you can really stick it to those pixies. I dig through the boxes, sifting through their contents in search of something to sketch with. The sharp end of a pencil pokes at my fingertips, and I quickly seize it, gripping it tightly as I set to work on the canvas. What if this pixie character is like a representation of us? I hope you don't mind if I mess this up. It's been quite some time since I've done any artwork. I focus intently on the sketch, each stroke deliberate and precise. The sound of graphite scratching against the rough canvas fills the room, creating a comforting rhythm. With each stroke, I feel myself becoming more immersed in the task at hand. The friction of the cloth beneath the pencil gives me a sense of warmth, as if the canvas itself is alive under my touch. When was the last time I had this much fun? I could keep doing this forever. This is so sad. Almost complete. Just have to find something to color you with, and then... Are you there, goddess? It's me. Uh-huh. Whose voice was that? Oh, that's freaky. Oh, my head is ringing. I'll be waiting for you. That's freaky! That's scary! I mean, goddess? My life has always been a carefully sketched outline. Every stroke, a fevered hymn. Every color, a prayer whispered at the altar of excellence. For years, I painted only within the lines carved for me, each careful mark another sacrifice to the life I was meant to lead. To stray beyond them was unthinkable. Until, one day, I did. The first time my fingers grazed the canvas, I knelt before that very altar, veiled in sacred linen, yet the fabric trembled, its threads loosening, unraveling. Truth bled through the varnish of perfection, leaving behind a stain that could never be concealed. A quiet realization stirred then, one-eyed and tomb deep, not just a longing to create, but to exist beyond the lines drawn for me. To create something in the wild, hope that someone might trace the scars left on my canvas and whisper, I see you. I love you. Damn, this shit is poetic. Who is this dev? The hell? That's what I'm saying. The hell did I just read? I need you to write a book. I need you to write 6 books. Give them to me now. Please. Right now. Thank you. Where am I? What's going on? Cascading waterfalls glisten like liquid crystals. Expansive meadows adorned with exotic foliage fill my sight. Each blade of grass seems to glimmer with its own vibrancy. The flowers, wreathed in petals of unfamiliar hues, sway gently with an unseen breeze. Endless rows of verdant, towering trees extend into the distance, their branches reaching skyward in a silent hymn to the heavens. The air is thick with the scent of life and growth, a heady perfume. Heady? Or heavy? I don't know. I feel like we've been using some really creative words. I would not be shocked if heady was a word. That envelops me in its embrace. What was that? I think I just heard something. Who's there? It's a man. The source of the alarming sound materializes before me. His towering build, reminiscent of a bear's sturdy frame, is adorned with a singular wing. The appendage gives him a striking mythical presence, akin to that of pixies from fairy tales. Oh, is this the one that the dude at the bottom? Pristine white fur cascades down his neck, while his tight-fitting top accentuates his bulging muscles. His black hair, stylishly tousled, falls in a way that allows a few strands to delicately veil his face. He kneels before me with a grace that bellies his stature, gently taking my hands in his own as he presses his lips tenderly against my gloves, leaving behind a ghostly imprint of warmth and longing. That gaze, it's so familiar. Could it be? It's you, isn't it? The strange man from my vision. You remember me, my goddess. Are you sure you have the right person? My name is Jinx, not Goddess. I could never mistake you. My creator is the most benevolent of them all. She is the generous giver and the kind receiver. She'll share her happiness and take our sorrow for herself. It's like a miracle come true, having you in the flesh, right beside me. This is entering some weird territory. The stranger's looking at me as if I am an object of worship, but I haven't done anything to warrant his devotion. I need to get away from him. No, go back! I'm loving it. I'm loving Larry. This is great. I swiftly wrench my hand away from him, retreating several steps to widen the distance. He offers no protest in response to my wary actions. Instead, he merely graces me with a smile that bellies the tension in the air. Do a shot every time we use the word bellies. Where are we? Why do you ask? Are you thinking of leaving already? Huh? Is it because of these hideous scars, or this torn wing of mine? Wait, I didn't catch what you just... You must have wished to meet those so-called heroes. The ones with untarnished appearances, free from flaws. Heroes? There are other people here? Yes. I'm a bit worried about the presence of other people. They might be this man's accomplices. Yet, he doesn't seem too keen on them. I can't tell if I'm relieved because I can ask someone else the way back home, or worried that they'll turn out a bit wrong in the head like him. While I do need more information, his behavior is highly suspicious. Plus, I'm still not sure why I'm here in the first place. As much as I'd like to spend my time frolicking around, I can't miss my graduation. I didn't waste 20-ish years of my life to reach this stage just to mess up the finale. Look, I don't know what kind of idealized fantasies you have about me. It's not a fantasy. Maybe a little coaxing will get him to cooperate. Or should I just bite the bullet and demand it outright? Ooh, I don't know, he called us goddess. I feel like we can just ask whatever we want and he'll tell us. Are my words not getting through your... I feel bad. Really bad. There's a limit to my patience. I'm in an unfamiliar place with a strange guy who keeps talking in riddles and has weird obsession with me. Either tell me the way to go back or I'll find someone who will. There's no one like that here. Huh? No one here will be able to help you except for me. Well, that's fantastic news. Then what's it going to be? I close the distance between us, eager to capture his focus. Will you tell me how to get back? This is quite the delightful encounter. What's happening? What's happening? Who are you? Do not be alarmed, Jinx. We are here to save you from the evil clutches of this one-winged beast. One-winged, I guess. No, I like him. The heroes are at your service. Is this real, or am I hallucinating again? Two strangers step into view. One is a striking blonde, exuding a regal presence, his wavy locks flowing behind him like a crown. His hair is very pretty. I also like his little finger claws, too. The other, unfamiliar figure stands beside him with an air of effortless swagger, his lips twisting into a shy, taunting smirk. Ha! No shot you made it here before me. What do? Take a secret shortcut, my lord? You're such a dirty cheater. Or perhaps, Yulin, the fault rests entirely with you. Was it not your much-lauded early planning that was supposed to spare our creator the inconvenience of idly waiting around? Even the dreaded villain arrived before you. Aw, come on. I'm new here, aren't I? Besides, the dreaded villain also arrived before you did. Yulin clicks his tongue in disappointment, his eyes hidden behind tinted glasses as he peers down at me. Tsk. I was looking forward to dramatically unleashing my chasm for our one and only goddess. Now all the life forces have gone to waste. Another unfamiliar word. Who are these people anyway? They don't have wings like the first stranger I met, but at the same time their ears appear inhuman. A body modification or Stahl's ear, maybe? Oh. Wait, I thought that was a paintbrush, but I think it's just a pipe. Perhaps it's for the best. An older gentleman, yeah, it's a pipe, steps out, his hair streaked with silver. He cradles an intricately carved smoking pipe, its slender mouthpiece heightening the aura of refined dominance around him. A tranquil hush befalls the two newcomers as they pivot towards him. The stranger's gaze sweeps across the space, lingering briefly on each face before aligning on mine. We wouldn't want to overwhelm our beloved Jinx with your antics right from the start. It's her first foray into this realm, after all. No need for the lecture, you geezer. I could recognize her scent all the way from my domain. It has quite the peculiar aroma. If I wanted to have my share of fun, I could have swept her up long before. Your constant blabbering doesn't match your actions, Yulin. A short figure emerges seemingly out of nowhere. Leaves and twigs cling to the ribs in his tightly fitted clothing, like he just stepped out of the forest, and with a quick sweep of his hand, they're gone. Got a bone to pick, you green runt? In a flash, the green runt points a finger directly towards me, punctuating the gesture with a snort of derision. Even the goddess over there would agree that it's wild dogs like you who'd be better off picking bones. Don't overestimate yourself. Yulin doesn't seem fazed by the rude remark. Instead, he huffs out a laugh, a sound that manages to convey both self-derision and contempt simultaneously, as if he's accustomed to such jabs. A wild dog? Well, dogs are quite charming, aren't they? I wouldn't mind turning into one if it meant winning over Jinx's heart. I don't like dogs, so... Well, I like dogs, but I like cats more. In fact, why don't we put a bet on that? Though I wouldn't pin my hopes of the defeat on the legendary. Spare us the showmanship, the both of you. The older member casts a pitying gaze towards his two bickering comrades. I'll have to reprimand you both later for your discourteous behavior. Particularly you, Mirka, since you couldn't even manage to... Mirka throws his arms up in exasperation, cutting off his companion with a deep, dramatic sigh. Ah! I just imagine this really funny. Why the hell would I listen to a decrepit fossil of a pixie like you? You're so close to biting the dust you might as well start practicing your decomposition routine. Keep your orders to yourself, will you? I actually really like Mirka. The older so-called pixie remains stoic, appearing unperturbed by the onslaught of mockery. However, his hands betray a subtle twitch, and the throbbing nerve pulsating upon his temple signals his silent agitation. It might be prudent to extend them some leniency on this occasion, Adonis. We must consider the arduous task they face in preserving self-restraint while in the presence of their lovely creator. The suggestion seems to soothe Adonis. He relaxes his tense shoulders with visible effort, reins in his voice before speaking in a calm, stern tone. It's not just about punishment, Helios. First impressions matter. These youngsters should know better. What matters is that I set my sights on Jinx first, and I'd rather be by her side before the spineless villain fills her. Fills me. Oh, are you picking fights again, dearest? A pink-haired figure twists his hair as he confidently struts into the scene. His demeanor is seemingly gentle, though each syllable... Why are we eyeing him? Oh, looking at him up and down, that's so funny. Though each syllable he enunciates carries a deliberate drawl, giving his speech a sibilant quality. Oh ho, look who's slithering in. Making quite a dramatic entrance, aren't you? Befitting a pixie of my stature, of course. I'm morphed into my most alluring form, for my one and only mistress. Thus it's only fitting that I reveal myself at just the right moment. Speaking of which, I'm quite upset you decided to stir up trouble so early on, dearest. The reprimand appears to be directed at Mirka, who visibly wilts under its weight, a stark contrast to his prior bravado. I like these two, and you can't fool me, Cosmo and Wanda. What are you talking about, Rosario? This dog is just going on his regular tangent, and the Dusty... I'm sure they simply wanted to bask in the happiness of seeing our one and only mistress with all the heroes present. You of all pixies should understand the importance of sharing and caring the best. Indeed, Rosario. Our aim is to triumph over our vices, not succumb to them like a certain gluttonous pixie. Pardon the slip of the tongue. We must not emulate the path of the villain. Would you not all agree? The other members shake their heads in unison, earnest in their commitment to the hero versus villain narrative. They bear an uncanny resemblance to the characters I'd painted, but their demeanor is far from what I'd envisioned. Then again, if my theory is correct, there should be one more. That's what I thought. Kai is also present. A sixth figure silently materializes. His face is draped in a dark patterned veil that sways gently with the breeze. Unlike the others who visibly assert themselves, he effortlessly blends into the background, paying little heed to the figures around him. It appears that the entirety of our company has now assembled. It is time to put our plan in motion and save our lovely creator. It's as though I'd merely an observer, watching everything unfold from a distance, despite being right in the thick of it. They certainly exude a warm aura, but that's not my priority here. But before he can say anything, the supposed leader of the group steps forward. His eyes crease in a friendly manner as he raises one of his hands, prompting everyone's attention. Do forgive the senseless chatter, Jinx. We have, in truth, been eagerly anticipating your arrival for quite some time. You've been expecting me? Indeed, yet the status of your arrival seems to have caught us somewhat off guard. We suppose you could find it in your heart to forgive us for our lacking first impression? After all, the Creator is the most benevolent of them all. She is the generous giver and the kind receiver. She will share her happiness and take our sorrow for herself. Those sentences seem familiar somehow. Enough! The nameless pixie suddenly shoves Helios with such force that he stumbles and falls onto his knees. You despicable embodiment of sin! How dare you flaunt your nauseating essence in front of my goddess? You, of all pixies, dare to address us that way? A low-pitched growl escapes the nameless pixie's lips as Helios stands up, sending tendrils of dread crawling down my spine. Deep lines etch into his brow, like jagged crevices carved into stone. It's the first time I've seen such a ghastly expression on his face since our peculiar meeting. Your ostensible goddess does not belong to only you. Jinx is not an object to be possessed, nor a mere extension of your will. You seem to have a death wish. Do you want me to kill you? Although he phrased his threat like a question, the nameless pixie's tone resonates with an unsettling certainty. The initial gloss in his eyes wanes, replaced by a cold, distantful stare. He crosses his arms. The gesture is not one of apprehension, but rather of measured evaluation, as he sizes up his opponent. I scan the other members, hoping one of them will step in, but none seem interested. Yolan and Adonis are bantering amongst themselves. Rosario and Mirka are sharing a hushed conversation. Kai, too, offers no assistance as he tucks himself away in a corner. Are they confident Helios can handle this on his own, or simply indifferent to the outcome? They probably really don't care. Nevertheless, the nameless pixie remains, seemingly unaffected despite the daunting odds. His stance mirrors that of a resolute shield as he stands guard with unwavering determination. Resorting to violence, as is your habit. As you can see, Jinx, this is why the heroes must vanquish the villain. Don't dare to speak her name. You are unworthy of it. With a clenched jaw and a steely gaze, the nameless pixie's voice cuts through the air like a sharp blade, commanding with a chilling authority that brooks no disobedience. I hesitate to intervene, uncertain of their motives and wary of the rising tension. However, my focus shifts as Helios' demeanor becomes more relaxed. Suddenly, he's glowing? No, not a glow. Instead, it looks like a golden mist? The nameless pixie seems to notice it too, hastily stepping away from Helios. And as if responding to the sudden shift, the mist flares into an almost blinding brilliance. The radiant golden hue gradually engulfs Helios as he closes his eyes, swirling until it coalesces around his outstretched hand. Like witnessing an artist's hand bring life to a canvas, the turbulent mist turns erratically until it solidifies. With a furrowed brow and an air of intense concentration, Helios continues to guide the transformation, and soon enough the object in his hand begins to thicken and take on hues of a vibrant color. The transformation reaches its end as Helios opens his eyes. A golden rope now rests in his hands, its presence exuding an aura of mystique and authority. Was that magic? How the hell did you make that out of thin air? It can't get any crazier than this. And now he's got wings. It got crazier. Wings! There's no doubt left in my mind now. These heroes really were pixies. Helios' wings were unveiled for all to see, adorned with exquisite translucent scales glistening and dancing in the light, their elegant contours commanding my gaze. As expected, the ehsas of the painting is the only thing you can rely on. I'm too captivated by the sight to pay attention to the pixie's remark. Almost instinctively, I move closer, drawn to observe the visual marvel before me. I haven't come across anything like this in any of the academic journals. Our creator is quite endearing, is she not? We are more than willing to indulge the depths of your intellectual curiosity. He gestures towards the golden rope in his hand, then to his wings, ensuring I notice both with exaggerated emphasis. The ehas. Ehsas? The essential life force that imbues this painting with its very existence is the same essence that facilitated the manifestation of both this object and the wings you now behold. Returning you to your world, in comparison, would be a mere trifle, an effortless task, really. It is merely the act of reshaping that same essence once again. Don't be deceived by their outward appearances, my goddess. The nameless pixie suddenly pops up, standing way too close for comfort. I beg of you. Helios steps forward, casually pushing the pixie aside. With his smile intact, he seems utterly unbothered by his counterpart's remark. Do not allow yourself to be swayed by his act. The villain is not the one who will guide you to the answers you seek. Instead, if you choose to remain with us, we will undoubtedly provide the assistance you require, Jinx. I don't know. I move away from Helios, lost in thought as I contemplate his words. Could this really be my way out? Just like that? But if it's that simple, why did the other pixie, the one Helios called the villain, get so freaked out? There's definitely more to this than your let. Rest assured, the heroes would be understanding of their esteemed epithets if they could not oblige the earnest wish of their lovely creator. Your valor is far too clipped and torn to make such declarations. The pixie's expression twists, his brow furrows deeply as his lips pull taut, every muscle in his face tightening. Instantly, Helios flinches, his wings folding in on themselves, like they're drawn by invisible strings, disappearing into his back with an almost eerie fluidity, leaving no sign of their existence. Jinx, take caution. Oh! Before Helios can finish his sentence, the nameless pixie lunges. Oh! He's a little silly. Ensnared by the neck, Helios remains still, suspended in the air. The pixie hoists him high, like a trophy displayed for all to see. What the hell are you doing? Stop it! I don't know. Okay. I don't. Let him carry on. This guy kind of freaks me out because he's like wearing white and gold, and I don't know. I don't like the vibes associated with that. As if my protests mean nothing to him, the pixie's grip around Helios's neck tightens incrementally in the following moments, reinforcing his victory. My goddess, you are beyond worrying about this heap of flesh. I don't know what the hell's going on between you two, but if this keeps up, you're going to choke the life out of him. Is that really what you want? This embodiment of sin must know his place. I won't tolerate his disrespect towards you, nor will I stand by while he tries to manipulate you and shove his lies in your face. Predictable as always. Inclined to violence, you fall back on the same boorish methods that have defined you for ages. How utterly inspired. Helios's relaxed demeanor is peculiar, given the situation. Even stranger, he makes no move to use his rope and subdue the pixie choking him. Either he's confident his attacker won't kill him, or he's waiting for the right moment to strike back. Do you grasp the magnitude of your sin? To even think of threatening death in Jinx's presence, a goddess bound by the sacred oath of a doctor to preserve life, is an act so blasphemous it taints the very essence of this painting. Shoot, he's right. He's absolutely right. Don't distort my duty to suit your own agenda. Jinx is my goddess, and I'll do everything for her. I'd sacrifice everything for her! I'd kill for her! The nameless pixie's jaw clenches with visible tension, each breath drawn with a sense of urgency as his fingers curl into a vise-like grip around Helios's vulnerable neck. You say that you would sacrifice everything for her, yet you self-righteously ignore your goddess's desires. Did she not plead with you to cease the meaningless exchange of blows heretofore? Nevertheless, you stand here, disgracing us all with your savagery. I need to put an end to this before things get out of hand. The last thing I need is for someone to end up as a corpse I could have prevented. Straining with all my might, I attempt to pry the pixie's grip from Helios's neck, clawing and scratching in a desperate bid to weaken his clasp, but my efforts prove futile. We should just, tell him to stop. I don't know, I feel like that should work if we, command it. Immediately, I try to force his arms away instead, yet they remain as unyielding as a solid stone. Could this be related to that weird thing they keep calling Ehsas? Or is it just because he's built like a tank? I frantically rack my brain for a way to immobilize him without endangering Helios or harming the pixie. A muscle relaxant? A sedative? Maybe even an anesthetic? Anything to subdue him? To drain his strength without inflicting lasting damage? A thought surfaces as I search through my memories. The injection from my dorm. I picture it clearly in my mind, as if my focus alone could will it into existence. Unconsciously, I trace the contours in my coat pocket, the smooth cylindrical plastic, the clear liquid shifting within the barrel, and the gleaming needle tip. Suddenly, something solid presses into my grip, its weight pressing subtly against the fabric inside my coat pocket. This is... I discreetly raise the object out of my pocket, feeling its light weight and plastic texture in my hand. How did this get here? Never mind. This is my chance. Why? I don't want to. I don't want to stick anybody with any needles. I hope I'm not too late. With a wave of determination, I grasp the pixie's bulging forearm. Pressing down on the plunger, I empty the barrel's liquid contents into his veins. I'm not feeling like I really have a choice here. No! 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 What have you done, my goddess? His accusation, laden with a somber tone, hangs heavy in the air. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you! Whether it's the weight of my words or the anesthetic's onset, the pixie's grip loosens and Helios collapses to the ground with a muffled thud. Does it hurt? I tried to hold you back, I really did, but you wouldn't budge. Why? The nameless pixie falters, his voice barely above a whisper. I wait, then the silence hangs in the air, like a taut string, poised to snap. When he doesn't break it, I find myself speaking first. I couldn't just stand by and watch you take someone's life. It goes against every principle I tried to uphold, every ideal I've spent years cultivating as... He is manipulating you, my goddess! Can't you see it? His frantic play is laced with a haunting urgency, and wide, desperate eyes flicker between me and Helios. The nameless pixie inches closer, placing his not-injured hand on my shoulder. A careful but heavy weight begins to press down on me. Why do you favor him over me? Is it his appearance? His Ehsas? See, I literally don't! That's like the crazy thing here. It's kind of irritating. Because like I kind of... He's like my least favorite pixie. I don't know why, it's just the vibe. I don't like him. I don't like Helios at all. He gives me weird vibes. I don't have his powers, but if it's his wings you admire, I'll give you mine. Excuse me? Frustration churns within me, or maybe just the beginnings of a migraine. It's hard to tell with everything swirling around in my mind. Taking a deep breath, I try to steady myself, desperate to hold on to my composure. Listen. His gaze holds still on me. I'm not picking sides here, but if you claim to know me so well, then it should have been obvious that I wouldn't stand for what you just tried to do. You don't know these so-called heroes, but I don't know who you are either. You're just as much a stranger to me as everyone else is in this place. I don't even know your name. Strands of ebony tumble over the pixie's face, casting a shadow that obscures his expression. Again, I'm truly sorry if I hurt you. I just didn't know what else to do. The one-winged pixie's shoulders sag as he releases his hold on me and takes a step back. Also, how do I know he only has one wing? What's his wing? Is it just the one arm? I don't know. A look of resignation washes over his face. He casts one final lingering gaze in my direction before retreating, each step pulling him further away. My name? You never gave me one, my goddess. Then, as abruptly as he had appeared, his figure vanishes from sight, swallowed by the shadows of the surrounding forest. Yeah! These other pixies are friggin' bullies! They're bullying him because he's depressed and doesn't have a name! Is he really gone? Gross. Now I'm stuck with, like, the mean girls. I turn to Helios, swiftly assessing his condition, while the veiled pixie beside him remains unnervingly still, like a statue frozen in time. Do I go over and check on him? Or maybe I should just talk to the other pixies instead and give him some space to collect himself. Mirka and Rosario might be a good bet. Mirka looks like he's got something to say, so I could probably get the full story on what's going on in this realm. Or there's Yulin and Adonis. Adonis's outfit, I think, is by far, like, the best one here, though, I will say. I think I know why I like his outfit so much. Have you guys seen Fryboy on TikTok? I think that's why. Those two seem so upbeat. Talking with them might actually take my mind off all this craziness. What? I don't have the option to speak with him? I have to leave him alone? I don't know. I kind of really want to talk to Adonis. But also, I kind of want to know what's going on here, so we're gonna use our brain, guys. We're gonna use our brain. We're gonna talk to Mirka and Rosario's gonna catch me up on everything. I make my way toward the respective pixies. Their voices carry softly through the forest as they engage in conversation. Mirka greets me with a playful grin, his sharp teeth gleaming and his eyes sweep over me. I also like Mirka's outfit too. Meanwhile, Rosario coquettishly toys with his hair, each twirl of his curled locks releasing a musky fragrance with sweet undertones. The unique scent wafts towards me, and I instinctively take a deep, lingering breath to savor it. You're wearing that stinkin' perfume again, Rosario? Isn't it a delightful scent, dearest? The response seemed aimed at Mirka, but Rosario's gaze is fixed directly on me, and I can't seem to tear my focus away from him. The pixie before me truly embodies the essence of his name, resembling an elegant flower in full bloom. His long dress drapes over his figure, perfectly tailored to his bodice, and those towering heels, they only add to his already impressive height, making him stand out even more. In contrast, Mirka's shorter frame doesn't exactly demand attention at first glance, even though, funnily enough, we're practically the same height. As if! I don't want to stitch up my nose again, shapeshift into a bird or something, and air out that awful smell. Shapeshift? Did I hear that right? Dearest, you know I dislike transforming into animals, it ruins my outfits, and I spent an awful lot of time preparing this one. What difference does it make? I'm the one who keeps patching them up every time. Well, darling, you do make it worth my while. After all, thanks to you, I got to show off my most enchanting outfit for our lovely mistress. Rosario then turns towards me and blows a kiss in my direction. Huh? What was that for? Attention seeker much? You two can play at that game. Before I can even process what's happening, a blinding light envelops my vision. Aw, pretty! Mirka impatiently unfurls his vibrant green wings, adorned with a unique pattern resembling watchful eyes. My, I can't let you steal the spotlight, dearest. Another flash of light erupts, and my heart skips a beat, the anticipation of what's to come lingering in the air. Ah! Rosario's wings are really pretty too! That's my role, after all. Rosario's wings harmonize with his dual-colored hair, bearing red hearts that stand out against a black backdrop. Their appendages truly deserve the spotlight. It's a shame I don't have the opportunity to examine them closely. The nameless pixie kept his wing partially concealed under his coat, depriving me of a full view. Similarly, when Helios spread his wings wide open, the chaos of the ensuing fight prevented me from studying them in detail. Perhaps this is my chance. Can I touch your wings? Shock fits Shock flits across both faces at the request. A crimson flush spreads across Mirka's cheeks. Rosario notices instantly, shooting him a knowing smirk before bursting into laughter, the sound ringing out as Mirka's wings twitch in irritation. You're quite the bold one, aren't you, mistress? Did you have indecent intentions this whole time? What? Making such a request has quite the special meaning for our kind. Maybe that was my purpose all along. I cross my arms slowly, tilting my head just enough to bat my eyelashes for dramatic effect. Ugh, that was painfully cringe. Have some self-respect, will you? You're such a shameless pervert, says the pixie who's pierced himself multiple times down there. How'd you know about that? Oh, I was right? Thank you for the earnest confession, darling. Wait, you... snake bastard! Enough, you two. It's all right, mistress. Mirka's just eager for your attention. He may have a unique fashion sense and even more childish mannerisms. Oh, you're taking it too far. I'll sew your mouth shut, you hear me? But he's simply desperate for your approval. See how he's practically squirming with embarrassment. Frustration mars his voice as Mirka's cheeks continue to flush deeper shades of crimson. Beads of sweat dot his forehead, glistening like he's been simmering in a cauldron, ready to boil over at any moment. Why not give his wings a slight touch, mistress? He'd surely appreciate it. I'm warning you. Don't you dare cross the line! Rosario did say touching their wings holds some special meaning. Am I sure I want to do this? Then again, it could be for research purposes. I'm not gonna touch his wings, he said not to. I resist the urge to touch Mirka's wings. In response, the pixie's expression turns childlike, his pout deepening with every passing second. Whatever, you're probably just thinking you're better than the rest of us because we paid a little attention to you. He shifts uneasily on his feet, his wings twitching slightly before pointing a finger at me with a huff, his brows knitting together in frustration. So don't let it get to your head, Jinx. Before he can finish, Rosario swiftly plants a quick peck on Mirka's lips. The action effectively silences Mirka, who just dumbly stares at his fellow pixie with a slackened jaw. Rosario pulls back, smirking with satisfaction. There, that should quiet you down. Mirka remains frozen, his mouth chromatic agape, with blazing red cheeks. His eyes dart around, trying to process what just happened as Rosario looks on, clearly pleased with himself. Are these two in a relationship? Look, I don't know what you guys are trying to pull, but I'm not interested in whatever lover's spat you have going on. Lover's spat? Well, but who's lovers with who? Mirka's unexpected remark startles me, but what really catches my attention is the sly grin tugging on Rosario's lips as he takes my hand, his fingers weaving through mine with a certain confidence. His grip is firm, the pressure of his adorned fingernails leaving subtle fleeting imprints on my hand. Slowly, he traces circles with his thumb, a gentle, almost languid motion that sends a soft chill down my spine. The coolness of his touch contrasts with mine, yet the rhythm feels soothing, almost intimate. So that's how you see us. I try to pull my hand back from Rosario's grip, but he holds on, not letting me break free. Aren't you going to let me go? I do much, much more than this with my fellow pixies. The pleasure of having my songbirds nestled in my lap, singing their gratitude, truly a divine experience. What the hell? Who cares about singing for a... The pink-haired pixie releases my hand and steps back, turning to face his companion. In return, Mirka squints and puckers his lips in a mock annoyance, his bravado faltering instantaneously. Well, didn't you scold me with the whole sharing is caring monologue? And then you should hog her hand all to yourself. Wait, did he step in to help me out? Was he really trying to stop Rosario from holding on, or was it something else? Either way, it's kind of hard to ignore that weird tension. You can't be the only one feeding off her esas. The hands of goddesses have... Mirka's shoulders sag, a subtle droop casting a shadow over his once defiant frame. His once unwavering gaze now drifts downward, avoiding the penetrating intensity of Rosario's eyes. Fingers trembling, he absently scratches at his arms. I just want to hold her hand like you. Aww. That's so cute. Each persistent scratch grows more intense as Mirka's fingers trace over his scarred skin, coaxing a faint trickle of blood to rise. Droplets teeter on the edge of his forearm, suspended like tiny rubies on fragile thread, threatening to break free as the pixie's complexion grows paler. Yet as I watch Mirka repeat his cruel ritual, an uninvited wave of despair seeps into me. His nails, sinking relentlessly into his own skin, feel as though they tear into mine instead, each jagged scrape a phantom pain, even though it's not my blood staining the air. Oh, you're hurting yourself. I rush towards Mirka, gripping his wrists to stop his frantic scratching. Immediately, my eyes lock onto the fresh wound, multiple raw, reddening streaks splitting his already scarred skin. A tight knot of worry coils in my stomach. We need to treat these wounds or they'll get infected. First, let's stop the bleeding. Mirka, press down here, firmly. I'll get something to bandage it. My mind races, searching for anything useful. Then, I glance down at my coat. The fabric is thick, sturdy, far from ideal, but it'll have to do. We have magic! Why did we forget that we have magic? I tug at the bottom hem, but it refuses to give. Frustration flares as I pull harder, my fingers slipping against the stubborn material. In my urgency, I bite down, using my teeth to make small cuts along the hem. With a quick yank, the fabric rips, though not as neatly as I'd hoped. Mistress Jinx. Rosario, don't just stand there, check the forest. See if you can find witch hazel or yarrow. Why would that be necessary? Because they'll slow the bleeding, help the wound clot, and keep it clean. Now hurry! Rosario lets out a disenchanted laugh, making no move to leave. You wouldn't need to do that, mistress. Just take a look. He gestures towards Mirka's arms. I brace myself for the sight of fresh wounds, only to freeze. To my surprise, the gashes have already begun to... They've stitched together? Right before my eyes, the raw, inflamed skin, scratched open just moments ago, now bears meticulously woven seams, as if the wounds never existed in the first place. The stitches pull taut against his flesh, leaving only faint traces of blood as the sole evidence that Mirka has ever torn into his own skin. I've never seen something like this before. How'd you do it? Wouldn't you like to know? You can't just waltz in and play the hero. Of course I would. This is... eager to fulfill your savior's complex. Like saving Helios wasn't pointless enough. Now you need to add another pixie to your collection? Is he serious? And now look at you, ripping up your own coat like it's nothing. Isn't that something you care about? I try to help you, and this is the thanks I get? Why? Why would you even bother helping someone like me? Dearest, you wouldn't want to embarrass yourself in front of your goddess, now would you? I have to say, this really makes all of us heroes look bad. Our mistress loves us all equally. You'll have your chance to bask in her favor eventually, but if you keep acting this way... Rosario's voice carries a hint of reproach, and I seize the opportunity to step back. I'm not really in the mood to argue with Mirka any longer. I thought maybe she'd finally pick up a thing or two and stop being such a pain. You'd think with how her parents forced her into medicine, she'd at least be a little less... Excuse me? What the hell do you know about my parents? I close the space between us until I'm face to face with Mirka. Did you get high before showing up here? Not like you had anything worth a damn in that tiny dorm of yours. The only decent thing in there was that skull, but let's be real, that was a fake, wasn't it? How the fuck? You've seen my dorm before? Its sorry state wouldn't even compare to our domains. I take a step back, the start of a response catching on my tongue, but Rosario cuts in before I can get a word out. Dearest, you're confusing our mistress. Why don't you explain everything from the start with more context? Despite the rising tension, I restrain my internal protests, opting instead to silently observe the pair. I just didn't... I'm so done with this guy. You were hurling insults just a few seconds ago. What's got you quiet now? Give him a moment, mistress. It's not easy for Mirka either. He's one of the heroes, after all. He cares deeply for you and doesn't want to cause you distress. On the contrary, that seems to be all he wants to do. As Rosario's words of reassurance wash over us, Mirka visibly gathers his resolve. With a deep breath, he straightens his shoulders, his eyes now gleaming with resolute determination. I heard it from the villain, didn't you? Yeah, from the spineless villain, the evil glutton who absorbs everything in his path. I steal a glance at Mirka and find him sporting an eerie grin, exchanging a knowing look with Rosario. Could that nameless pixie be the reason I ended up here in the first place? Is that why I heard his voice after finishing his sketch? Then, what about those visions? Fortunately, Helios has a plan to defeat him once and for all. He has always been one to step ahead like that. Defeat him? His power is a threat to the very essence of this painting, and to us pixies. If he consumes all of the esas, the very life force of this painting, be it my Shvat or Mirka's Hesadat, it will damage this world irreparably. I'm starting to feel like I'm drowning in a sea of strange words and concepts I can barely keep up with. Before I can even ask about all this new terminology, both pixies speak up. Shvat is what I call my personal esas. It embodies the essence of my existence as the hero of lust, thus the manner by which I worship my mistress lies in how I channel and control my desire. My Hesidat bears the will of envy. It's the kind of craving that eats at you, makes you want things that you have no right to want. So we're working with the 7 deadly sins. But there weren't 7 of them, were there? Well, yeah, there is 7. There's 6 heroes, and then the one guy. So yeah, we're working with the 7 deadly sins. And to satisfy your oh-so-curious mind, it's the same power I used to stitch myself up earlier. Pretty handy, huh? Overall, SS is the very essence that sustains our world and its pixies, providing our unique strengths, ambitions, and personas, and it all finds its origin in you. If you're not careful, the villain's going to tear everything apart, and you along with it. But don't worry, mistress, we'll show you everything in due time. Then, raising his eyebrows, Rosario gazes into the distance. A glint of recognition flickers across his eyes as a blonde figure comes into view. But for now, I think I need to take a little break and refresh. It's been an absolute pleasure to speak with you, mistress. Perhaps next time we'll meet in a way you won't expect. I'm pretty sure it'll be quite the surprise. Before I can even process what just happened, Rosario slips away, leaving just Mirka and me. But soon after, another pixie steps in, as though they've been waiting for the perfect moment. Gross. Helios is like... What was the one guy in the 7 Deadly Sins anime? The Lion King or whatever? The sun guy? I think that's who this is. Whichever sin he had is the one I'm betting Helios has. Let us put aside the pleasantries for now, and do not forget to retract your wings. Squandering our precious Esas on meaningless spectacles is beneath us. We must remain vigilant, otherwise we risk the one-winged beast catching us off guard once again. Helios regards me with a subtle nod and a knowing smile. As for you, Jinx, you could seek refuge in one of our domains for the time being. As the heroes of this painting, we are more than willing to ensure your safety until you return to our home, to your home. Helios' suggestion sounds more reasonable than wandering aimlessly and hoping to stumble upon a clue. Staying with these pixies, odd as they are, might seem like a safer choice. Strength in numbers and all that. But can I really trust these unfamiliar men to help me? I've barely spoken to most of them. However, what if the nameless pixie shows up again? His eerie reverence and sudden aggression were unsettling, to say the least, and since I interfered with his fight, who knows if I'll be his target next time around. This time around. Can I even use that power again to defend myself? As I wrestle with my thoughts, Helios slightly tilts his head as if assessing me, with a decisiveness befitting of a true leader. Then, without hesitation, he steps forward. We would not want to disrespect our creator's wisdom, yet we must ensure that you fully understand the consequences that may follow if you decline our proposal. He averts his eyes, dragging out the world with a syllabic emphasis. Are you insinuating something, Helios? We are merely concerned. Concerned that you would have to face the trials and tribulations that come with trusting in the goodwill of others. We have made that mistake before, so it is essential that we guide you, ensuring you do not fall prey to the clutches of that one-winged beast. I get it. Him choking you was completely out of line, but let's not pretend you didn't have a hand in provoking him either. I'm no better. Hurting him like that, even if it was just a small injection, still weighs on me. Back home, that kind of behavior would be considered as medical malpractice, just so you know. Helios lets out a sigh. We cannot afford to waste any more time loitering around, contemplating his behavior. It appears we must resort to that method. How unfortunate. What does he mean by that? With an elegant yet unsettling gesture, Helios signals for attention. Step forward! The forest has concealed you for long enough. A sharp crunch of leaves echoes beneath heavy, purposeful footsteps, and soon a new figure emerges from the shadows. Oh, he's back! The moment he steps into the clearing, I can tell right away. His towering build, reminiscent of a bear's sturdy frame. Pristine white fur cascades down his neck, while his tight-fitting top accentuates his bulging muscles. His black hair, stylishly tousled, falls in a way that allows a few strands to delicately veil his face. And yet, even with all the familiar features, something's off, like a piece of him is missing, leaving his weird emptiness I can't quite put into words. Have you come to obstruct us from sending Jinx back home, you beast? Unless, of course, you plan on keeping her caged in your lair. You're not taking her anywhere, dearest. Rather than responding to Helios' words, the nameless pixie simply flashes me a playful smile, his eyes gleaming with mischief before tossing a wink my way. What the hell? I tilt my head in confusion at his newfound mannerisms, wondering what could have prompted this sudden change of behavior. I want to have my fair share of fove with her first. Or maybe it's fun. A musky and sweet perfume rolls off him as he confidently struts towards me, leaning in and plants a swift kiss on my cheek. The unexpected gesture catches me off guard, and I instinctively raise a hand to my cheek, startled by the lingering chill of the unexpected touch. You're acting so... different. Oh, and here I thought I was being my usual charming self. Sauntering back into our midst right after your unequivocal rejection, you possess an admirable degree of audacity. You know, darling, I never truly have been rejected. Pixies just don't say no to me. Those who try to decline my affections are merely begging for attention. Jinx is under our protection. No one, not even you, has the right to lay a hand on her. Whoa, what was that? That was weird. If you try, you will regret ever having crossed this line. The nameless pixie, however, seems completely unaffected by the stern warning. It's almost as if Helios's words are nothing more than a decorative noise to him. Helios's expression hardens in response as he raises one hand, a clear and unmistakable signal. Ha 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 ha! Finally! I've been waiting for that damn signal forever! I've got better things to do than waste time on this. Such cowardly attitude isn't acceptable for a hero, Mirka. Yep, whatever you say. I'll catch up with everyone at the spot later on. Unlike the last fight, the pixies seem really fired up this time around. Is it because of Helios's signal, or is there something else going on? However, before I have the chance to deduce anything further, a cold but comforting hand rests on my shoulder. I glance up, only to find Kai's gaze focused on me, his expression unreadable yet oddly reassuring. Kai requests that you remain vigilant. If you plan to survive, you must keep your emotions shrouded in a veil. Huh? With a weightless touch, he delicately drapes a white lace veil over my face, its intricately patterned corners brushing against my skin. Hey, take this off me, I can't see a thing! It's time for you to sing for me. What? Suddenly, I feel a sharp impact on my stomach. Sparks fly before my eyes, and despite my urge to scream, only a pathetic groan escapes my parched throat. Can you feel my love for you, darling? Everything's getting fuzzy. It's so hot. A scorching sensation races through my veins, causing the surrounding cacophony of sounds to seep into the background. Summoning every ounce of willpower I have remaining, I avoid emptying the contents of my stomach then and there. Why are we getting... Huh? Why are we getting beat up? I'll reclaim my songbird, no matter what. What the hell just happened? Oh my gosh. A persistent buzzing in my ears pulls me from the void. Through bleary eyes, I see two familiar figures looming over me. You're completely helpless without us, aren't you? Like I always say, the only reason you've made it this far is because of our hard work. I open my mouth, ready to push back against their accusations, but no words emerge. It's a familiar sensation, the stifling of my voice. That really hurts. I've definitely been there before. Everything we've done, the stacks of textbooks, the tutors, the sacrifices, it's all because we love you. All you ever had to do was be a good child and repay us by staying on the path we carved out for you. I never could have imagined my life taking this turn. I was meant to walk across that stage, white coat on my shoulders, basking in my parents' pride, stepping forward into the future they had so carefully laid out for me. So why? Why did I reach for that unfinished canvas? Why am I being hunted, as if my very existence is a mistake? Why? 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 I can't control anything anymore, damn it! What do I do? Someone. Anyone. I just want to go back home. This is so sad. Where is my home? It's dark. They left me! Oh. My head is throbbing. Kai is relieved to see you awake. As I gradually regain my senses, the listless hands hovering over me starts drawing back in a sluggish, almost mechanical movement. Are you feeling any better? Kai has been keeping watch over you. It seemed like you were having a nightmare. What happened to the nameless pixie? Why would you concern yourself with him in your current state? Take a moment to look at yourself. Thankfully, the veil helped shield you from taking too much damage. My attention is swiftly drawn downwards to the unexpected weight draped over me. A coat, heavy and familiar. It doesn't take much thought to guess whose it is. Only Adonis wore a coat this dark. With careful hands, I push the fabric aside, only for my breath to hitch as my eyes land on the gruesome wound hidden beneath my clothes, raw, gaping, and far worse than I had imagined. I tentatively extend my hand, fingers trembling as they make contact with the tender flesh. Kai urges you to be careful. The pixie's warning arrives, mere seconds too late. A sharp jolt of pain shoots through me like lightning, causing me to recoil with an involuntary wince. Ugh. Enough already. Just throw the damn veil over her and be done with it. Would you look at that? The green runt's already fussing over his precious goddess like some lovesick devotee. It's not like that I care or anything. The groaning, it's just annoying, that's all. Sure. Keep telling yourself that. My, dearest. And here I thought you only let your softer side slip when I was around. Hey, shouldn't you be worrying about yourself instead? Your clothes are a mess, all bloodied up and everything. Bloodied? Why? What happened while I was out? Suddenly, the pain sharpens, like 1,000 daggers digging deeper, making every breath feel like a struggle. My body tenses, fighting against the relentless pressure. I can't think, can't focus, just pain, constant, unyielding pain. Fuck, it's getting worse. Why won't this stop? Enough, all of you. For a moment, the bickering dies down, and an uneasy silence settles over the group. Don't worry, Jinx, we'll take care of you. Let me use my Goror. Soon enough, this pain will fade. Just hold on a little longer. Your essence is already depleted enough, Adonis. It would be unwise for you to continue trying to intervene now. Adonis gives him a tight-lipped nod and moves away, his caution palpable even though he's yielded to his leader's command. Helios then raises his hand, signaling Kai to step forward. There are no footsteps, no rustling of leaves, just a creeping stillness. Before long, both figures stand silently in front of me. Kai's pale eyes lock into mine, shadowed by dark lines that give him an eerie, almost cadaverous appearance. Allow us to use the vessel of the void to ease our goddess's suffering and ensure her essence remains untarnished. With a weightless touch, Kai delicately hands me a white veil lace, the intricate patterns at its corners softly brushing against my fingertips. I inspect the delicate craftsmanship, the lace, so fine it almost feels like holding air, and then I recognize it. This is the same piece of cloth he used on me when the nameless pixie attacked. No, take that away from me! Well, Kai is trying to aid you, otherwise your return will be doomed. What the fuck? The ache begins to subside, slowly at first, as though the very essence of agony is being drawn from my body, seeping out through the veil's touch. What had felt like a wildfire consuming my senses now ebbs away, a steady, calming tide washing over me. As I stand there, eyes closed, I can feel the last of the fire recede, leaving me with nothing but the veil's soft presence. It's as if this piece of fabric is healing my very soul, easing away the tension, the chaos, and the noise in my head. I feel the veil lift from my face, the cool breeze gently brushing against my skin, waking me up. What was that? Your essence has become lighter, Jinx. It brings Kai great relief to see it. I don't understand. How could something like that even be possible from just a piece of cloth? Indeed, Kai and the heroes have... Before Kai can say another word, Helios abruptly steps forward, blocking my view as he pushes his comrade back, almost like he's silencing him. Yeah, Helios is mad weird. While the vessel of the void has served to ease your suffering for the time being, you must understand that it is but a fleeting remedy. The Naumidi, the essence of despair that festers within you, will not be quelled permanently by such transient means. Naumidi? Despair? Essence? I still don't fully understand what that even means, but you clearly know a lot more about it than I do. If I don't take care of it soon, is it just going to keep getting worse? Because I sure don't want to find out the hard way. In light of your condition, it would be most advantageous for you to select one pixie as your companion. You may then safely journey to their domain and receive the essential care your ailment requires. What do I do now? Oh! Okay, our first important save! Ugh! Part of me wants to go with... What was his name? The green pixie. Another part of me wants to go with Adonis. And then the other part of me wants to confront the villain. I'm so curious. I know this is just a demo, but I already feel like I'm gonna have to be replaying this game a lot. I don't know. Something about this game is really intriguing. I guess because I really relate to the character. Even though I'm not a doctor or studying to be a doctor of any kind. Although I am very creative, So, okay, low-key, I feel like they're gonna kill me. If we confront the villain. So I think I'm anxious. I'm gonna save twice. Let's confront the villain. I want to confront the villain. Are you certain of your choice? It's just that I can't shake the feeling that something isn't right. I need to go back to him and figure out, one is utterly disappointed in your decision-making capabilities, or lack thereof in this case. One, what's up with your one shall be compared to instill some semblance of reason within you. Helios's voice cleaves through my explanation, each syllable laced with icy contempt, as if he can barely stomach the idea of speaking with me. His look of disdain is akin to a cold creeping mist, enveloping me in a chilling grip of fear. One harbors grander aspirations for your destiny, far beyond your current comprehension. Helios steps back, raising his hand, and suddenly the other pixies start to drift towards me. Oh! But something's wrong. Their eyes are locked on me, unblinking, like they're savoring the sight, yet it's not the kind of attention that's comforting. What's going on? Why are you... Their expressions twist and contort into grotesque visages. A swirling mist of vibrant colors begin to rise around me, tightening its grip with each passing moment like a suffocating shroud. My heart pounds in my ears, echoing the dread that envelops me. Their piercing gazes strip away all comfort, leaving only raw fear. I can't stay here. I need to get away. The time has come to escort you to Eden. Take me back to Eden. Am I losing my mind? Why are they acting like this? Spearhead our celebration, Yulin. You heard our lord, Jinx. I didn't want to do this to you. Yulin, you... Just joking. You'll enjoy the pain. I'll make sure of it. Oh, I knew it. I told you guys they were gonna kill me. A loud crack reverberates through the air, sharp and jarring. I can't wait to see you covered in my favorite color. He steps closer, a cruel smile spreading across his face. Don't forget to unclench your jaw. He leans in, his voice laced with gleeful anticipation. It'll hurt more that way. I collapse to my knees with a dull thud, clutching my leg in a desperate but futile attempt to contain the pain. Haha, score one for me. I was half expecting my ultimate move to knock you out cold, but look at you, still standing. Or, well, sort of, standing. I haven't had the chance to try it on anyone yet, but then again, no one deserves to be the first recipient of this gift more than you. You deserve the very best we can offer. Every nerve in my body screams in torment, my brain frantically trying to process the searing pain. This can't be happening to me. It's a lie, it has to be. I think we just ended up committing self-exited, yeah, I feel like that's probably what's happening. I don't want to hear. I don't want to see. I don't want them to get any closer. It hurts. 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 It still hurts. It never stops hurting. It just hurts. It hurts. Ew. Looks like someone's losing their mind at the party already. Yulin abruptly squats before me. He pulls uncomfortably close until our noses are almost touching. He then grabs my chin, a smirk playing on his lips, and then lets out a low whistle. You've made your choice, so we've got to enjoy the moment, right? It's a celebration after all. Of course it's fine if you resist too. It's more fun for me when you play hard to get. With the last of my strength, I defiantly spit straight at Yulin's face. It lands, partially on his cheek. He wipes the spit away with a flick of his thumb. Then, to my horror, he licks it off with a sickening grin. Ah, that's it. Rile me up even more. I need you to irritate me to the bone. Fuck you, you piece of shit. Yes! Yes! Fuck yes! Go on, act like a fool. Make a damn spectacle of yourself. Scream for me as loud as you can. It gets me so fucked up when you do. His grip tightens, pressing me down with an almost absurd strength. I push, twist, try to break free, but Yulin doesn't budge. He holds firm, unyielding, like he's enjoying the struggle itself. My muscles strain against his grip as I grasp for breath. With each passing moment, the pain intensifies, threatening to overwhelm my senses and shatter my resolve. You're going to maul her with that stupid knuckle toy of yours. It's not a toy, you green runt. If you keep running that mouth of yours, I might just have to shut it myself. Permanently. Last I checked, we were only aiming to break her legs, not paint them head to toe in bruises and blood. What to do? My chasm is telling me to leave a lasting impression on my goddess. I need to demonstrate my passionate work ethic, after all. Oh, maybe it was Yulin who beat me up that one other time. The first time we had the veil over us. But I was thinking that it might have been Rosario. I'm going to die at this rate. I need to do something quick. I don't know. I guess we'll stay silent. Oh, maybe I should save again just in case. I don't know. I probably won't return to this. I'm gonna stay silent. I better keep quiet for now. It's too risky to speak up. My, you're less interesting than I thought. Oh, aren't you just the model of obedience? It almost brings a tear to my eye for what I'm about to do. What, Mirka? What? Itching to use your Hesidat, ain't ya? Before I can react, Mirka's hand shoots towards my mouth. Threads of shimmering green light weave through the air, glinting with an eerie magical glow. They force my lips closed with an unnatural pressure, pulling them together. Each stitch sears into my skin, the sharp burning pain overwhelming my senses as the threads dig deeper into my flesh. Tears blur my vision as the final knot pulls tight, sealing my mouth completely. All I can manage is a muffled whimper. I raise my hand to touch my lips, however, I find nothing. Yet, inside my mouth, the stitches feel alive, pulling, tightening, as if they're determined to silence me. What the hell? See, I knew these pixies were off! One's patience wears thin. These barbaric actions have gone far enough. As the two pixies fade into the background, Helios advances, effortlessly occupying the space they once held. He tilts his head, inclining his head while casting a shadow of condescension over me. It is incumbent upon the leader to alleviate your suffering. Allow one to demonstrate the potency of one's hers. Hers? In a flourish of golden mist, Helios summons his familiar rope, deftly twirling it until it's tightly coiled around my torso. Marvel at his power, close my eyes. I don't know what's going on here. I wonder if I struggle more, if I'm gonna end up dead, and if I struggle less, I just end up like captured by them, maybe? I don't know, I guess let's marvel at his power. I strain to keep my bleary eyes open, forcing my gaze to settle on Helios through my vision. Now my vision swims in a haze of pain and awe. His every movement drips with arrogance, yet his undeniable authority makes it impossible to look away. Indeed, that is the look that one desires. How utterly adorable you are. Our delightful creator, truly, you are a sight to behold. Yeah, you look so freaky! Slowly the world around me starts to fade into darkness. I notice the ropes binding me loosen, the tension in my body releasing with each inch of slack, but with that release comes a new wave of aches. Searing jolts of agony ripple through my body, sharper and more raw, untouched by the previous restraints. Guys, this is really long for a demo. Oh my gosh. I'm enjoying it, but I did not think it was going to be this long. I've been filming for 2 hours now already. Searing jolts of agony ripple through my body, sharper and more raw, untouched by the previous restraints. How disappointing it is to witness your feeble physicality. Unleash your Gordor, Adonis. We need her to stay conscious if we are to properly consume her Asos. Ah, yes, so I think that is what's happening. We need to stay alive long enough for them to consume our power. Oh, did they come to life? Can that happen? I feel like that's what might happen. Purple smoke starts billowing towards me. Blinking profusely, I try to clear my already darkened vision, yet the smoke clings to me, swirling in the air like a malevolent fog, refusing to dissipate. I try to scream, but my mouth remains stitched shut, the threads biting into my flesh with each attempted movement. As my vision slowly clears, I've realized something strange. I'm no longer in pain. The stitches still tug at my mouth, but the searing agony from Yulin's earlier strike is completely gone. I glance down at my leg, still broken and bleeding, the metallic tang of blood sharp in the air. My skin is slick with it, but there's no ache, no throbbing pulse of agony and despair. It's as if my body's forgotten how to feel. Did Adonis's power really dull my senses, or has my mind simply gone numb? You're starting to break Jinx down, I see. Ah, Rosario, took you long enough to show up. Oh, darling, I believe I'm just in time to witness the climax. I don't know. We've been really compliant so far, so I guess I'll continue with trying to be compliant. I sit there, still and quiet, hoping to appease the pixies. Maybe, just maybe, if I can appeal to their nature. If I show them that I can submit, maybe they'll take pity and let me out of this mess. Adonis lets out a sigh, his eyes cold and distant, while Rosario's gaze burns with an almost feverish excitement. The way he looks at me, it's as though my compliance, my submission, is exactly what he's been waiting for. Submission suits you quite nicely, mistress. You're simply delicious when you play along. Keep this up and we might just show you the real reward for your obedience. Real reward? Bet you've been salivating for this moment since the very beginning, haven't you, Rosario? Unstitch her mouth, won't you, dearest? Her expression is simply too delightful to be wasted in silence. Fine. I'm only doing this to keep the plan moving, not because I'm indulging your idiotic whims. Definitely not. Marca's fingers, wrapped in a green mist, brush against my lips, and a rush of air floods into my lungs. My body convulses with violent coughs, as if thousands of needles pierce my throat with every breath. Then, Rosario begins to slither towards me, like a serpent stalking its prey. His tongue flicks out, and I can't help but notice that it's forked, like a serpent's, and the sight sends a wave of unease through me. With another flick of his tongue, he licks up the tears pooling at the corner of my eyes, savoring each drop with a salacious moan. I've longed to hear you sing for me since the first moment I saw you. My one and only songbird. Ah! See, I knew it! It was Rosario. Unless it was Yulin who was beating us up and Rosario was like, yes! Sing for us! Songbird? That sounds so familiar. It pained me to mar such delicate flesh before, truly, such a shameful waste. Your essence should never be spilled through something as crude as violence, but alas, we had a role to play for our survival's sake. Damn. He was a part of it the whole time? Though, I must admit, taking on a different form made things much more entertaining. We were bamboozled! Oh my gosh, that explains so much. The truth settles like a stone in my gut. I see it now so clearly. This was never a game I could win. I've been played, led along like a fool since the very beginning. Now, I get to have you right here, wrapped up so sweetly, trembling so beautifully. This was a trap from the very beginning. I was never meant to win. They played me. And the worst part, I didn't even know if there's anything left to do but let them. My heart pounds in desperation. I look at the pixies with some feeble hope that perhaps, somehow, they might relent and release me from this torment. And my gaze falls on... Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... Bro, I don't know. I don't know. I kind of want to just do no one. What am I doing? None of them will help me. I'm anxious. I'm scared. I'm going to die. I have no idea why their personalities shifted so suddenly, but these pixies are going to kill me if I don't kill them first. Can I do it? I've never harmed anyone before. As a future doctor, my duty is to save lives, to heal, not to hurt. If I don't fight back, I won't survive. But if I do, I'll be betraying everything I stand for. Will I be able to live with myself if I cross this line? No point in overthinking it. I have to act fast if I'm going to save myself. I murmur the newfound resolution to myself, but the question remains, how can I do it? If only I could summon an item once again, something, anything to tip the scales in my favor. What should I draw? Oh. I don't know, a gun? A gun? A single pull of the trigger and I could inflict some deadly damage. It's a life-altering choice that could lead to irreversible consequences. The mere sight of it could make the pixies think twice, acting as a psychological weapon as much as a physical one. I won't know how effective it is until I actually give it a try. I've seen people use it on screen, but I've never had the chance to handle one in real life. Think, Jinx, think! Yet, my mind struggles to grasp the image I desire. Come on, Jinx, think! Why isn't it working? No, this can't be happening! The weight of the situation bears down on me, reminiscent of the heavy and suffocating sterile drapes in an operating room. Maybe it's my lack of understanding about how the weapon is supposed to work, but no matter how many times I try, I can't bring it into existence. My mind just keeps drifting back to the objects in my dorm, probably because they're the only things I know so well. I need to try something else. I try to focus on what I need, something sharp, something that could threaten and attack, but not kill. Then it hits me. The scalpel! The flat body of the instrument materializes in my mind, its lightweight and sleek form balanced perfectly for small incisions. I picture the blade's spine, the razor-sharp edges, and the notch where the blade flits snugly. Like I did with the propofol injection, I mimic the shape of the scalpel on the inner fabric of my white coat, as though sketching with invisible ink. Then, with a steady hand, I grasp the conjured scalpel, feeling its cold metal against my skin. It worked! Was it because it's an item I've used before, or is there another reason behind it? Never mind, it's now or never. Now, there's no room for hesitation if I have any chance of escaping this hellish nightmare. The scalpel, while sharp, won't kill them. It's not ideal and it's not a solution, but it's better than nothing. At least, I'm not standing here, hopeless, waiting for fate to decide for me. Now, would you look at this? What are you holding in your hand, beloved Jinx? Are you hiding something? I only have one chance. I need to make him come closer. Are you planning on punishing me for it, or are you just going to watch? Like a blind cat catching a dead mouse, you made this too easy on us, my beloved Jinx. I'd say it's rather disrespectful for you to waste your elder's time with such child's play. Just a little closer and I can strike. Maybe I just wanted to capture your attention. If that's what you were after, you should have done so from the very beginning. Oh, did we do that? Oh, it was him. We sliced him. A small reddish-black puddle from beneath the pixie, a sight that is both familiar and alien, a color that couldn't be created with paint on or any colored pencil. Adonis kneels desperately, one hand pressed against his face to hold back the blood pouring from his slashed eye. The uncharacteristic and jarring scream pierces the air, producing a ripple of shock amongst the assembled pixies. His unusually composed demeanor shatters, replaced by a primal howl of agony and fury. Ew! God, that's freaky. What have you done, you? Ha ha ha, she really fucked you up, didn't she? Congrats on the fresh new look, old fossil. In an instant, an all too familiar thick cloud of purple smoke engulfs my vision, sending waves of panic coursing through me as I grasp the situation. Ugh. Easy there, I'll patch that eyeball up for you, so you're not such a grump. Oh darling, I have just the thing to complement your ensemble. It might even spice things up in the bedroom. An eye patch? Or is that a button? I think it's a button. How dashing. Now then, why don't you ease up on the Godor here breathing on our poor mistress? She'll pass out before we even get started. Adonis, that is enough. But This lamentable display of weakness is beneath us, an insult not only to our pride, but to the very essence of our existence. One might dare say, it borders on an affront to our dignity that cannot be ignored. Leave now, Adonis. Oh, bye, Adonis. Without a word, Adonis retreats, his blood still streaming from the wound, his remaining eye refusing to meet mine as he silently vanishes. As for you, Jinx, your display of guile has surpassed one's initial expectations. To think you concealed this weapon despite outwardly presenting bare pockets, a move of astute cunning indeed. Suddenly, the sound of wood splintering perforates the air, commanding the immediate attention of all present. I warned you, yet you still dared to harm my goddess. Even if you cling to your death wish, I won't spare you. The nameless pixie springs into action, placing himself as a barrier between me and the others. He raises one hand, prepared to strike, while the other acts as a shield. His eyes dart between the other pixies, focused and alert. Every wound, every cry of pain, every scar, I will ensure you pay dearly for them all. Every single one. Oh, wait, is that his wing? No one step in. I want him all to myself. Let's make this a memorable one-on-one, shall we? Ever since you beat me to meeting Jinx, I've been craving a minor payback. Luckily, you showed up just in time to be my new punching bag. Yulen lunges forward, his muscles tensed like coiled springs. With a sharp intake of breath, he unleashes a punch, his fist slicing through the air with lethal precision and ferocity. In contrast, the nameless pixie stands firm, and, akin to a granite pillar amidst the storm, takes the blow without faltering. Yulen's fist crashes into his torso with a thunderous boom. In the blink of an eye, the nameless pixie's hand shoots out, seizing Yulen's fist in a vice-like grip. A scarlet mist begins to ooze from Yulen's hand, and his eyes widen in sheer disbelief. He then recoils as if scorched, wrenching his hand away with a gasp. You... What were you trying to do with my chasm, huh? Here I am, playing fair. No Essos, no cheap tricks, and you have the nerve to pull this shit and drain my essence? Don't make me laugh. After everything you've put my goddess through, you dare preach about fairness? Alrighty then, you asked for it. No more holding back. Oh, his wings are cute. Kinda boring, they're just like a V. Wings burst from Yulen's back, unfurling with a feral intensity as a thick red fog coils around him. He surges forward, his gaze locked into the nameless pixie like a predator zeroing in on its prey. But just as his attack is about to connect, Kai intercepts the attack with a precise block. What? Kai will hold them back. Leave, now. Huh? Huh? Then, without giving the other pixies an opportunity to retaliate, the nameless pixie scoops me up like a sack and slings me over his shoulder. With determined strides, he leaves the other pixies behind without a second glance. Kai's on our side? What are you doing here all of a sudden? You'd already planned to confront me, didn't you? I'm simply speeding up the process. At least tell me where you plan on going. Shh, you're injured and losing too much energy as is. For now, I just need you to trust me. So close your eyes, or I'll close them for you. To be continued. Holy. That was awesome. Bruh, this, like, I don't think I've been this interested in a visual novel since playing Deathloop, and that visual novel was awesome. And I also haven't finished that one either. God damn it. Alright, guys. I guess we're just... honestly, I think it would probably be best to wait and see if this game ever actually gets fully finished. And then maybe I can just stream it. I don't know. Maybe I won't wait. Jeez, this game is awesome. I love it so far. I hope you're all enjoying it so far too. A link to it will be in the description below, so if you guys want to play it for yourself and make your own choices, you can do that. And I will see you in the next video. Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.